They are words we have listed because we followed conversations and how those conversations have been framed towards violence. We are fully aware that politicians will try to say that we are targeting their slogans, but this isn't about slogans, but rather how those are used and what is currently obtained. Any word that we have listed here is a word that has been used as a tool to rally hate against a group of people. We will not sit and twiddle our thumbs as words are used to ignite our country. As we read out these words, we urge you to not look at it with the typical political exuberance, but with soberness. Politicians must remember that though it is easier to mobilize via division, it is much more noble to mobilize by unity and bridging the divides that can form between us. I will just give you a sample of what you will find in the lexicon that we are launching today. What we have done is we have terms that are in English, in Swahili, we have one in Kikuyu, in Kalenjin, in Kimero, Sheng language, and I wanted to state clearly that this lexicon is a living document. It will continue to grow as we get even feedback, because there might be many other words and terms and phrases and code names that we might not have identified. In English terms, I just mentioned 4. One is fumigation. And what we have done, we have columns that show the translation of the word, the targeted community, the user community, and the meaning. If you take fumigation, for example, it means the action or process of disinfecting or purifying an area with the fumes of certain chemicals. The targeted community is non-locals, where that word is used is the non-locals who are the targeted community. The user community is the locals who consider themselves as really owning that place. And the meaning is that let violence on non-locals so that they can vacate the area before the election's date. Then the term uncircumcised, which translated as it is said of a man who is not circumcised. The target community is communities seen to be opposing the political party, and the user are usually politicians or their followers. And the meaning, it refers to communities which traditionally did not embrace circumcision as their rite of passage. For example, the Luo, the Turkana, and others. The word eliminate, which translated in this usage, completely remove or get rid of something or somebody or some bodies. The target community, communities perceived to support the dominant political party in the area in question. And who are the user community? Communities seen to support opposing political parties. The meaning, key members of this community which is perceived not to support the dominant political party in that area. And the same, of course, eliminate is used, but kill is also used with the same kind of meaning. Now, when we come to Kiswahili terms, we have a kafir, which translated into, well, it's of course derived from the Arabic term kafir, which means disbeliever or one who conceals the truth. The target community is non-Muslims. The user community are Muslims. And the meaning is a negative reference to the minority who are living in predominantly Muslim community. Second is Mandoadoa, which is very well known because that's the one that has been very recently used, and we have taken action against that, which of course means dots. And the target community is non-locals, and the user is political aspirants and their supporters of dominant political party in an area. And the meaning is, it is used to refer to people who are non-locals living in a place dominantly known to be inhabited by a certain community. It's considered as a way of inciting one tribe against the other. Mende, cockroach. I will not go really into this. Now you will read it since you have the document. And the muhajir is another one, which is also an Arabic word meaning migrant. And the targeted community is non-Muslim communities in a predominantly Muslim community, and is used by Muslims. This term refers to settlers who do not believe in similar faith with the locals. Sheng, and there are many Sheng terms that we have, and we'll continue to get more from those who use it more, but we have just identified the two at the moment. Kama noma, noma. Kama baya, baya. Now, the literal translation, if it is bad, then it is bad. And targeted community is political aspirants and they perceive the supporters of the less dominant political party in an area. And the user community is political aspirants and the supporters of the dominant political party in that particular area. What it means is that it's perceived as the statement that if an opposing political party plays foul, then party supporters should unleash the severest form of counter-attack. Another Sheng phrase we have used is Operation Linda Kura, which means secure the vote, used by political aspirants and the supporters of the less dominant political party in an area. That's the targeted group, used by political aspirants and the supporters of the dominant political party. This statement is perceived as a rallying call by the political party to ensure that there will be rigging and the voters should police the process on the polling day. If people not mandated to be observers, political parties, agents, or any other functionaries remain in the polling station during the polling day, it may portend a recipe for violence. Then two words in Kikuyu, kehe, which means uncircumcised, and that has been mentioned before. The other one is Odhamaki Newitu, which means the kingdom or the governance, the government is us. And it is a targeted The target community is non-Kikuyu contenders, urban communities, and the user, of course, are the Kikuyu. Meaning, the term refers to the notion that the Kikuyu are and should remain the ruling class in the country. It is used in reference to national leadership, which is said to belong to the Kikuyu community and not any other community. Then we have Kalenjin terms. I don't know whether I'll pronounce it correctly. Kemurkeldet, which means brown teeth. And this is targeted, the Kikuyus living in a Kalenjin community, because many of them, as you know, might have had brown teeth for whatever reason. But the meaning is that this is a derogatory term referring to a person with brown teeth, with the implication that they cannot even undertake personal hygiene effectively. Otutu labotonic, uproot the weed. Non-Kalenjin community is the target, and the user is a Kalenjin. It means, it may be used to mean that there are strangers who are a threat within the community, hence should be eliminated. The third and the final one, getik. Again, it means uncircumcised, and that we have seen it before. So I just wanted to sample those terms, say this is what, and there's a lot more in our hate lex, which is the lexicon on hate speech. I will end there.